Whether you think too high of yourself or whether you think too low of yourself, you're still thinking too much about yourself. That's something I heard on one of my favorite podcasts years ago by an astrologer named Jessica Lanyadoo. And I think it speaks perfectly to what these two comments, one from an American and one from a South African, have in common. And that is a victim complex. Now, I have to say this very clearly. When I point out a victim complex, I am not disregarding the very real, very legitimate and ongoing suffering and victimization that both Black Americans and Black South Africans have suffered systemically for a long time. But when that harm and suffering is used as a shield against accountability for the harm that you perpetrate against others, that's when it becomes a victim complex. Victims can be and often are perpetrators as well, because power is relative, and the amount of power that you have to cause harm to another in any situation is always shifting depending on who you're interacting with. When it comes to dealing with white women, both Black Americans and Black South Africans, I think, understand this concept pretty well. Right now, one of the big stories coming out of the Olympics is the danger of white women's tears. And when we talk about that, we talk about the fact that they use their victimhood to cause substantial harm to other people by crying, or by, when they're being held accountable for something, putting their hands up and saying, well, you know, ladies, we got to stick together because it's us against the men, right? We're the victims here. And it's like, in one situation, you can be a victim, and in another situation, you can be a perpetrator. If everybody's demanding accountability from others, but not willing to accept any themselves, where's that going to get us?